Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in, I want you to imagine that you're breathing in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow any feelings of worry, stress, or tension to feel like it's leaving your body in your outward breath. As you breathe in and breathe out, start to become aware of any tension around your eyelids, around your jaw, around your forehead or neck or shoulders. And as you breathe in, I want you to imagine that tension is being released. You could almost feel it leaving your body in your outward breath, enabling you to have that tension melt away and for you to feel deeper and deeper relaxed. I want you to imagine a helium balloon, maybe a brightly colored helium balloon, like yellow or red or blue. Just imagine it there floating on a string. And as you look at that balloon floating effortlessly, I want you to imagine how it would feel for your head to feel light and weightless, just like that balloon, so that any tension around your neck and your shoulders just disappears. Your whole body feels light and floaty. And you breathe in slower than you normally would. And as you exhale, just get a sense that you're accessing a wonderful state of calm and tranquility. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to think of a place in the sun, maybe outside, a place that you associate with a wonderful feeling of patience. And I want you to use that imagination to not just picture it, but imagine that you're there. Maybe seeing the blue skies, maybe feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin. And maybe there's a fountain and you can hear the trickling of water. Breathing in that fresh air, breathing out tension. And I want you to get this wonderful sense of relaxation. Eyelids getting heavier and heavier. A desire to yawn. Feeling like tension is leaving your neck, shoulders, arms, all the way down to your fingers and toes. And I want you to recall how you used to feel when you were practicing Reiki. Maybe there were certain movements you did with your arms and your hands, certain ways you used to breathe back then. And there you are in this beautiful part of the world, feeling a wonderful sense of patience, breathing how you would breathe if you were super relaxed. Mind is free of any intrusive thoughts, tension leaving your body, all stress melting away like a child's ice cream in the sun, just enabling you to feel so deeply relaxed. Perhaps there was a specific position or move or way of thinking or doing things back then when you were doing Reiki that really activated a wonderful state of resourcefulness, calm and relaxation. And just imagine how it would feel to do that thing again. to awaken those neural pathways, that feeling almost like a fire inside you, rekindling it to get you in that state of mind where you feel confidence, clarity, and worthiness. And when you've awakened those states, let me know by nodding your head. And it's useful to awaken these states, but it's even more useful to take these states and go back in time to create a change. Every belief that you have in your life was learned. And therefore every belief had a point of inception. A point that before that moment you had no beliefs about that topic. And then after the point of inception, a seed was planted and an idea formed. And I want you to think of a moment in your childhood, a moment where a belief was formed that led to a feeling of needing, not wanting, but needing the love, the attention, the attachment of someone else. And if your unconscious mind knows when that moment was, let me know by nodding your head. I want you to imagine that you're about to go back in time to help that younger version of you really make sense of what happened back then. You're going to go back in time completely invisible until you decide to reveal yourself to that younger version of you. I want you to imagine climbing into a time-traveling bubble that makes you invisible if you're inside it, going all the way back in time to that moment until you see yourself as a child, a vulnerable child, a child perhaps that loved their mother. And I want you to imagine seeing something that caused questions, uncertainty, confusion for that younger version of you. And if you can witness what happened back then, let me know by nodding your head. And I want you to wait until no one else is around, perhaps just that young boy playing by themselves, or maybe about to fall asleep in their bedroom. And I want you to imagine that you are safe to leave that bubble. And I want you to tell that young child what their favorite toy was. A memory that only they knew about. And to tell them that you are them from the future. And maybe they need some convincing. So I want you to imagine that you're telling them things that only they would know. And once that trust is established, that you are them but from the future, let me know by nodding your head. And then I want you to explain what's really happening in language that they understand, to make them feel safe, loved, and reassured. And once they feel that they are safe and loved and reassured, let me know by nodding your head. I want you to get a sense that back then in the original memory you learned something that wasn't true and wasn't useful. But now, having gone back in time, you're creating a new idea, a new belief, a new idea a new evaluation. And I want you to guide this young, vulnerable child in terms of what will help them to be a confident, self-assured man. Give them advice and tips. I want you to coach them the way that you would have wanted to have been coached all the way back then in your childhood. And maybe one of those tips is not to chase a woman. I want you to give them advice that would be incredibly useful for you had you received that advice. And once that young child has accepted your guidance and tips, just imagine it creates a ripple effect throughout their life, from them as a child all the way up to you as an adult and beyond. Feel like a change is taking place. But I want you to check that change has actually affected all the way up into your present and future. And I want you to give that younger version of you a hug. Tell them you love them, that you're proud of them, that they will do magnificent things, that you believe in them. And then say goodbye and climb back in your bubble. Look at their shocked face as you just disappear to them, even though you can still see them. And imagine that bubble hovering up and going all the way into the future. And as it travels into the future, I want your unconscious mind to accept powerful new ideas. Ideas that will help you throughout your childhood, throughout your life, and you can pick and choose the ones that you feel will actually help. You are safe and secure within yourself, knowing that you are worthy of love and connection. That you release any fear or anxiety related to abandonment, allowing yourself to trust and form healthy relationships. Feel the weightlessness of this bubble taking you forwards in time from your childhood, and notice key differences that take place in your childhood, teenage years, early adulthood. See yourself as a confident young man, self-assured, as you recognize that your worthiness is not dependent on the actions or choices of others. See yourself embracing your inner strength and resilience, knowing that you can handle any challenges that come your way. Letting go of any past experiences that have made you fear rejection or abandonment, and to create a belief that you attract loving and supportive relationships into your life, and that you have the power to set healthy boundaries. And it's not wrong to communicate your needs effectively, creating a sense of security in your relationships. Because the moment you're not afraid of being abandoned, it also means that you have the level of self-respect to walk away from any relationship that doesn't serve you. You cultivate self-love and self-acceptance, understanding that your worthiness does not come from others, but from within. Feel what it feels like to release any need for constant reassurance and validation, and finding powerful inner peace and confidence in yourself. As your bubble is hovering over your timeline, see yourself as an adult now, but younger than your current age, and see yourself trusting in the natural ebb and flow of relationships, knowing that distance and separations are temporary and can lead to growth, that you can evolve as a man, that you can choose to focus on the present moment, letting go of any worries of the future or the past. And as you observe yourself, see a man growing in independence and self-reliance, looking capable and confident. Awaken that deep sense of self-trust, that whatever challenges come your way, career challenges, relationship challenges, you can handle them. See yourself handling them. Free yourself of any negative self-beliefs that have been holding you back, and see a man that has replaced them with positive, empowering beliefs. But also know that strength is when you embrace vulnerability. It takes courage and bravery to open yourself up to the possibility of deep and meaningful connections, knowing that the strength in vulnerability is because you can't control the other person. You can simply respond to the other person. But I want you to see a version of you that knows that they deserve love and belonging. And now the bubble is hovering over yourself in the present and the near future. And I want you to observe yourself handling all the possible scenarios in a confident, self-assured way, seeing yourself full of self-respect, security, and worthiness. That you're not willing to have a relationship at any costs. That anything other than mutual respect, give and take, a level dynamic is not something that you need or desire. See yourself as being willing to walk away from being a backup plan, being someone's stepping stone. See yourself as someone that takes pride, confidence, and worthiness. And I want you to imagine that no matter what happens, you are seeing someone free of any fear of abandonment. You are seeing yourself full of confidence and worthiness. And you are seeing someone that will handle whatever happens in a positive way. And when you're confident that changes have taken place throughout your life and rippled all the way up to the present, unlocking powerful resources, particularly patience, understanding, but also self-respect and worthiness, meaning that whatever happens, you will handle it in an elegant, confident way. Just let me know by nodding your head. Because now, in this metaphorical game of poker, the chips are even. No one's holding all the cards. No one's holding all the power. It's even. You can choose to work on a relationship or walk away from a relationship. I want you to get a sense that anything other than a relationship that is wonderful and desirable for you no longer meets your needs. want you to breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your nose. Just imagine that bubble is returning all the way to the present. And in the same room that you are right now, imagine walking out of that bubble and walking into your own body. So the past, the present, the future is all in this moment right now. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. All parts returning to the present, but you are awakening. New beliefs, sense of assurance, security, worthiness, and a feeling that you can like things and want things but not need those things. That you are safe and secure and worthy no matter what happens. Starting to count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, confident, with a sense of clarity. Feeling that the playing field is level now. Starting to count 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.